Where were you? What were you doing? It's been 20 years since the attack of September 11th. Listen into my conversation with keynote speaker Robert Darling and the lessons learned from inside the White House bunker on that very day 20 years ago.
In times of crisis, we go through we minimize everything. We get right to it. We call it compartmentalization, right? And our boss is saying, where's the president? Where's he going to go? What is he going to need? Let's start getting those assets. Let's make those courses of action reality. And then let's get those airplanes out of the sky, get those heavy lift transport planes into Andrews, Joint Base Andrews up in Maryland, and get ready to execute the president's mission in support of our president.
Right, that's right. And I remember because I've seen you speak so many times in person, and I'm going to fast forward almost to the end of the day. But President Bush took some action that was ill-advised, but he wanted to do it anyway. Can you share about that in the context of leadership and how you see it 20 years later in that kind of context?
Yeah, really important point you're making right there. President Bush was in Sarasota. He's the leader of the free world. He's our president. He wants to be at the helm of national power, and that's Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is now under attack. We have two towers burning. Pentagon's on fire from the impact of American Airlines Flight 77. His Secret Service agents had to intervene along with his chief of staff to say, boss, you're the leader of the free world. We can't bring you back to a war zone. And in times of crisis, leaders have to remember that they're the leader of the organization. They want to be at the helm. They want to be visible. Right. It's important to be visible. But they
what did he say?
He said, I'm going back to Washington. And they said, sir, it's going to be ultimately a continuity of presidency type issue, constitutionally an issue. Our job is to keep you safe, and we can't do our job if they're going to make us take you back to Washington, D.C. So he ultimately gave in, and he let the military and the Secret Service determine the best place for him. And at that time, they were heading out to Shreveport, Louisiana, home of Barksdale Air Force Base. The president really wanted to address the nation. He wanted to talk to his military leaders. He wanted to be that crisis leader that we needed that day.
But I recall, Bob, that at the end of the day, he did give an address from the White House.
Yeah, absolutely. He went from Barksdale to Offutt, Nebraska, home of Strategic Command. And at 4 o'clock, everybody ascertained that the attack was over. And the president said, listen, continuity of presidency is no longer in effect. I'm coming home. I'll see you all at 6:30 p.m. President's airborne. Everybody's now in the White House. I was in the bunker complex you alluded to. And it was preparation for the arrival of the president of the United States. He's ultimately going to address the American public. So everyone was now switching gears, making all that intelligence available to our president. So the moment he got back, he was briefed by Dr. Rice, and he was preparing to talk to the American public.
Thanks for stopping in and watching this video. If you found it helpful, you can find others just like it at the link below and subscribe.